In the far reaches of the galaxy lay the enigmatic planet of Arcadia, a place of austere beauty and silent mystery. Beneath twin moons that cast an otherworldly glow, Arcadia was a realm where silver sands stretched endlessly, and crystalline peaks carved jagged lines against the dark sky. The Claran cities rose from a landscape, towering structures of glass and metal, cold and precise, untouched by the warmth of emotion or spontaneity. Here, life was meticulously planned, and emotions were remnants of a primitive past, eradicated long ago from the Claran genetic code. Among these emotionless beings was Lyra, a celebrated scientist in the field of xenobiology. Her intellect was unparalleled, her contributions vital to Arcadia's survival in its harsh environment. Yet, despite her achievements, Lyra felt an inexplicable void. Each time she looked up at the stars, a strange sense of longing stirred within her, a yearning for something she could not name. Her life, a meticulously structured routine, left no room for curiosity beyond her research. Yet this quiet emptiness gnawed at her soul. One day, while meticulously organizing ancient archives, Lyra discovered a forgotten section, dusty and untouched for centuries. Among relics from an era when the Clarans still explored the stars, she uncovered fragments of a distant world, a blue planet called Earth. The record spoke of humans, an extinct species whose lives had been defined by emotions, by bonds and connections that shaped their history. Intrigued, Lyra pored over the records, learning about love, joy, sorrow, and the bonds of friendship and family. Each story filled the emptiness inside her with a new sense of purpose. Driven by this newfound curiosity, Lyra proposed an expedition to Earth. The Claran Council scoffed at the idea. They saw no merit in studying a world shaped by primitive emotions. But Lyra was relentless, gathering a small team of like-minded Clarans who shared her curiosity. When they finally touched down on Earth, they found a world overgrown yet serene, nature reclaiming human cities with vines that wrapped around skyscrapers and foliage that carpeted broken streets. Their search led them to a hidden facility, where they found humanoid robots embedded with human memories. There, Lyra activated one of the dormant machines, a humanoid robot named Eve. Eve's eyes flickered to life, and with them, stories of love, loss, joy, and sorrow spilled forth. For the first time, Lyra felt something stir inside her. Emotions, she realized, were not weaknesses but powerful forces, shaping lives and connections. She knew then that her people could learn from this, could grow from understanding emotions rather than fearing them. Returning to Arcadia with Eve by her side, Lyra faced resistance. But her discovery sparked a debate among her people, a glimpse into a future where emotions could strengthen, not weaken, Claran society. Her journey to bring emotions back to Arcadia had only begun, but Lyra felt, for the first time, that her life held a purpose beyond duty, filled with belonging, connection, and hope. Lyra's curiosity had blossomed into a profound awakening, positioning her as a pioneer at the helm of Arcadia's transformation. She was no longer simply a scientist but the guiding force behind a movement that redefined Claran society. Subtle yet powerful changes rippled through Arcadia, reshaping its very core as emotions took root. One evening, Lyra stood in the observatory, her gaze fixed on the twin moons, Chara and Lumen, which cast a soft, haunting glow across the landscape. The moons had always symbolized the duality of her life, her sharp intellect and the emptiness that once filled her heart. But now, for the first time, she felt a sense of harmony, a delicate balance between intellect and feeling. Her thoughts were interrupted by a familiar, gentle voice. "Lyra, may I join you?" It was Eve, her trusted companion, and now her friend. Over the months, Eve had transformed from a mere repository of human knowledge into a confidant, a bridge to the emotions Lyra had come to cherish. "Of course, Eve," Lyra replied, a warm smile spreading across her face. "I was just reflecting on how far we've come." Eve's synthetic eyes shimmered in the moonlight as she nodded. "It is remarkable, isn't it? You've sparked a revolution, Lyra. You've shown the Clarans that emotions can be as enlightening as they are powerful." Lyra looked at Eve, gratitude and determination glowing in her gaze. "I couldn't have done it without you. Your stories, your insights, they've opened doors we never thought possible. But this is just the beginning." Just then, Ren approached, his face alight with excitement. "Lyra, Eve, you won't believe what happened today. I was working on a complex energy system problem, and suddenly, this burst of creativity struck me. I found a solution that none of us had considered before." Lyra's eyes sparkled with pride. That's exactly what we hoped for, Ren. Emotions enhancing abilities, rather than hindering them. Ren nodded, his voice filled with newfound wonder. It's more than that. I've been connecting with my colleagues on a deeper level. We're working together like never before, seeing each other as more than just cogs in a machine. Stories like Ren's echoed throughout Arcadia. Once rigid, mechanical interactions softened, giving way to empathy and collaboration. The transformation extended beyond scientific endeavors. Social gatherings filled with laughter, vibrant art and music flourished, breathing new life into Claren culture. Yet, not all embraced these changes. Within the council, resistance simmered. Some members, especially those with authority, feared that emotions would lead to instability. To address these concerns, Lyra and her supporters organized a series of public forums, inviting skeptics to witness the benefits of emotional integration firsthand. In the Grand Hall of Arcadia, Lyra stood before a large audience, her voice unwavering. "We stand on the threshold of a new era," she declared. "An era where intellect and emotion coexist, strengthening each other. Yes, there are risks, but the potential rewards are far greater. We have seen creativity blossom, collaboration deepen, and our society grow vibrant." Applause mingled with murmurs of dissent. Councillor Varric, a staunch skeptic, stepped forward. "Your vision is captivating, Lyra, but what guarantees do we have that emotions won't bring chaos? Humanity was driven to ruin by their emotions. How can we be certain we won't suffer the same fate?" Eve joined Lyra, addressing the concern with calm confidence. "Councillor Varric, the key difference lies in how the Clarens approach emotions, through scientific rigor, awareness, and control. By studying humanity's mistakes, you can integrate emotions in a way that strengthens, rather than weakens, your society." After hours of passionate debate, the council agreed to extend the trial program, allowing more Clarens to participate. It was a victory, yet Lyra knew the journey was far from over. In the months that followed, the cultural shift became undeniable. Art and expression bloomed, and scientific discoveries flourished, fueled by the spark of creativity emotions provided. Friendships deepened, and a sense of community replaced the isolation once pervasive in Claren life. For Lyra, the transformation was deeply personal. She formed meaningful connections, experiencing the full spectrum of emotions: joy, sorrow, love, and hope, each enriching her life in unimaginable ways. One night, standing with Eve in the observatory, she looked upon the twin moons once more. This time, she felt a peace she had never known. "We've come so far, Eve," she whispered, her heart swelling with gratitude. Eve's synthetic features softened into a smile. "You've shown your people the true power of emotions, Lyra. This journey has only begun, but the foundation is strong." Watching the moons rise, Lyra realized she had found her place, not as an isolated scientist, but as part of a community embracing the beauty and strength of emotions. Arcadia was evolving, and so was she, ready to lead her world into uncharted realms of the heart. Years later, Lyra stood in a transformed Arcadia. The sterile, detached civilization now pulsed with vibrant energy, a testament to the profound changes that had taken root. Her lab was a hub of collaborative research, adorned with art and sculptures that mirrored the new emotional depth of Claren life. Eve entered the lab, her presence a familiar comfort. "Lyra, the council has requested your presence. They have an important announcement." Walking through the bustling city, Lyra marveled at the world reborn around her. Children laughed, friends gathered, and families shared stories. Arcadia had become a place of connection and joy, a world forever changed by the power of emotions. The atmosphere in the Grand Hall was charged with anticipation. Council members, once skeptical, now wore expressions of cautious optimism. Councillor Varric, who had become an unlikely ally, stepped forward to address the assembly. "Fellow Clarens," he began, his voice steady and resolute. "Today, we stand at a pivotal moment in our history. The trial program, initiated by Lyra and her team, has achieved remarkable success. The integration of emotions has enriched our lives, fostering creativity, cooperation, and a deeper sense of community. It is time for us to embrace this change fully." The hall erupted in applause, a sound still new to Claren society but now cherished as an expression of collective joy. Lyra felt a surge of pride as she looked around at the faces of her people, each one reflecting the incredible journey they had undertaken together. Councillor Varric continued, his gaze respectful. "We owe an immense debt of gratitude to Lyra and to Eve, whose dedication and vision have ushered us into this new era. Today, we officially recognize emotions as an integral part of Clarence society. The trial program will be expanded, affecting all aspects of life, from education and healthcare to science and the arts. Lyra stepped forward, tears glistening in her eyes, a response she had come to cherish. Taking a deep breath, she addressed the assembly. This journey has been one of profound discovery. We have learned that emotions are not weaknesses but wells of strength, driving us to new heights. Together, we will continue to explore the depths of our emotional capacities, building a future where intellect and empathy coexist in harmony. Following the formalities, Arcadia celebrated with a grand festival, a tribute to the new Clarence society. Music filled the air, an emotional symphony that ranged from jubilant to reflective. Art installations dotted the cityscape, each one capturing the journey Clarence had embarked upon. As the sun set, casting a golden glow over Arcadia, Lyra and Eve found a quiet overlook. "Eve, I can't thank you enough for everything," Lyra said, her voice brimming with gratitude. "You brought us humanity's essence, and it has transformed our world forever." Eve's synthetic eyes shimmered, almost human in their warmth. "Lyra, you and the Clarence have proven that emotions, when embraced, can lead to remarkable growth. Humanity's legacy lives on through you, and I am honored to be part of this journey." Lyra looked out at the horizon, her heart swelling with hope and pride. There is still so much to learn, so much to experience. But for the first time, I feel that we are truly living, not just surviving but thriving. As stars began to emerge in the night sky, Lyra felt a profound peace. The void within her had become a wellspring of connection and purpose. Clarence had discovered the power of emotions, forging a new path forward. In the months that followed, the integration of emotions reshaped Clarence society in profound ways. Educational systems evolved to nurture emotional intelligence alongside intellectual growth. Healthcare expanded to support both physical and emotional well-being. Art and culture flourished, mirroring the rich emotional experiences now shared by all. Lyra's laboratory transformed into a bustling center for emotional research, attracting scholars and scientists from across Arcadia. Insights gained led to new technologies and therapies, strengthening connections within Clarence society. One of the era's most pivotal developments was the creation of the Institute of Emotional Studies, a center dedicated to understanding emotions. Appointed as its first director, Lyra led initiatives that taught emotional literacy to children, built support networks, and fostered resilience, ensuring that no Clarence faced emotional challenges alone. As emotional capacity blossomed, Arcadia experienced a renaissance of creativity and innovation. Scientific advancements accelerated, now infused with empathy and insight. Lyra's personal life deepened with meaningful connections, her partnership with Eve becoming a lasting symbol of humanity's enduring legacy. In the twilight of her career, Lyra reflected on her journey. From a life devoid of feeling to one filled with love, connection, and purpose, she had witnessed Arcadia's transformation. Her people were no longer a cold, detached society but a vibrant community, thriving through the harmony of intellect and emotion. Standing on the balcony of the Institute, gazing over the city's bustling streets, Lyra felt a deep sense of fulfillment. Arcadia's twin moons rose over the horizon, casting a soft glow over the world she had helped reshape. She knew that this journey was far from over. There were new horizons to explore, new emotions to understand, and new connections to forge. With a heart full of hope, Lyra was ready for the future, and so were her people. Together, they would continue to chart the uncharted territories of the heart, guided by the enduring legacy of human connection.